Welcome everybody to the Porsche Cup sprint race at Zolder. We have just started qualifying. Let's see how things are gonna go down. As people have just about left the pits to do their outlaps. We are on board with Jakob Schaber. And this track, very nice and flowing for the GT3s. Probably a little bit more unpredictable for the Porsche Cups, as we've seen before, but should be one very fun race. We'll see the first times come in just a little moment, as we can actually go on board with helmet cam with Jakob Schaber and see how he does his first lap. Being very gentle on the throttle is the way to go around not crashing this car, as he just nearly misses the apex there. Covers it quite nicely. Bouncing over the curbs just a little bit there, but that is exactly what you're supposed to do. Brake at the part where it starts to turn dark, take full liberty off those curbs. A little bit of a sideways moment there. Jakob Schaber holding onto it very nicely. And he comes towards the 100-meter board, shifting all the way down to second gear, not really wanting to use first gear, otherwise you will spin out. Very nicely, short shifting, not wanting to catch much wheel spin, shifting down into second yet again, onto the two apexes and towards the line now. Very easy to mess up through the final corner because you want to get it onto the power as soon as you can. Jakob Schaber sets a 131.5 as the baseline time. Sam McCarthy 32.3 is the second time to come through. And then we're going to have Chris Wright with 133.0, a whole 1.5 seconds off Jakob Schaber. Christian Feige up to second place with Louis Bourdais, and the 5-1 setting an invalid lap. As we've got Andre Alex Afonso also going to be setting an invalid lap. But Marin Simmons, this will be definitely a valid lap, and we'll put him up into fourth place. 32.7. So it looks like so far Jakob Schaber absolutely dominating the rest of the field, and he's going half a second quicker, should I say. I love the TC, and I love the Cup cars, and no TC is just so much fun indeed. It is way too much fun in these cars, especially during the races. These 20-minute races really do, even though they're super short, they have such a massive tire drop-off. As Juan Schalkross, a 131.2, well, 3/10 ahead of Jakob Schaber, but Jakob Schaber will be going purple. But is he, as he messes up the final corner? And he's not going to be enough to get himself ahead of Juan Schalkross, still on the front row. Definitely out of place from where he wants to be. Louis Bourdais, a whole 2.5 seconds up on his time. This will be enough to set him ahead of Vincent Petit. As Chris Wright sets a faster time than Marin Simmons. 32.3. That puts him up into 5th place. Louis Bourdais up into 7th place at 34.0, or second ahead of Vincent Petit, as he is going quicker as well. Byron Thompson, 36.4 is the best that he could do so far. Yeah, they do sound very, very nice. The inline engines just fit them way too well. As Jakob Scheber, he is going to be on a mega lap right here, but let's focus on Vincent Petit, as he's going 1.2 seconds up, 1.5 seconds up, as he tries to get ahead of Louis Bourdais and David Dimitrov, as he goes up into 7th place, no, 8th. There's Callum Virgo right behind him at 131.3, 131.4, right behind Jakob Scheber, who will be setting a 1:30 lap time if he can get the final corner correct. Yes, he does. He gains a lot more time through there. 5/10 up as he tries to dethrone Juan Charles at 1:30.7. And that's what some people can't do in the GT3s. So that is a really good lap time. Sam McCarthy is a 1:32.1. Chris Wright, though, wanting to get ahead of his friend. And he does, a 1:31.8 for Chris Wright. Very good stuff. Though Christian Fage quickly putting him in his place as he goes up into 4th place, a 1:31.5 for the Porsche driver. Anybody else up on their time? Gaz Gasolina setting a 1:32.5. Andre Alex Afonso, there we go. Up into 7th place, a 1:32.492. I think I saw Louis Bourdais going 3/10 quicker. Yes, he is, through the first sector. So it looks like he lost a lot of time through there, finding it now, as he's actually nearly a second up, and not even into the 2nd sector. So 100%, a lot of time to be gained for this man right here. Juan Charles made a big mistake coming into the final corner, which unfortunately did spoil his lap time. Behind him was Sam McCarthy, who was gaining on his time. Not sure he is anymore. 2/10 up, 3/10 up as he tries to get ahead of Chris Wright. Chris Wright is up on his time as well. Up into 5th place. Behind him, Chris Wright will be going quicker. How quicker? Well, up to 2nd row quicker. That's how much. Chris Wright with 1:31.3. A great lap time by him. Purple sectors only held by Jakob Scheber, though Juan Charles very, very close in the 1st and 2nd sector. And just a little bit slower, just a little bit more slower on the final sector. 30.1 in the final sector for Juan Charles. Jakob Scheber, 29.8, so a whole 3/10 difference is what Juan Charles needs to make up in the final sector if he wants to even compete for the pole position time. As he actually does not improve on his final sector, and he's got one more lap to try and prove himself as he crosses the line to start that lap. That is Jakob Scheber. Yeah, Jakob Scheber? It's Jakob Scheber. Oh my god, who's that? Who's that going slow? That is Jakob Scheber. I thought that was Jakob Scheber coming through the chicane. Jakob Scheber made a big mistake. He ended up in the gravel, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be his qualifying over, as he's not going to make it to the line quick enough, knocking over the cones in frustration. Rest of the people not really able to improve. Gaz Gasolina is going a 2nd up. We'll see how much that evolves. As in front of him is Joshua van der Voort. As he comes through towards the 3rd sector. Now Callum Virgo going 8/10 up. And it is a valid lap. as he's going to try and dethrone Jakob Scheber, who's not going to be able to start another lap. He misses out by just a couple of seconds as a 3-minute wait time. That is it for Jakob Scheber's time. And we'll see who can improve. Joshua van der Voort going 3/10 up. In front of him, everybody is in the pit. So he has the chance to get himself ahead of David Dimitrov. But it looks like he messed up through the final corner and not able to improve his position. Gas Gasolina 5/10 up as he tries to get himself ahead of Joshua van der Voort. And maybe even more. And he does get himself ahead of Joshua van der Voort. A very good lap time from him. Callum Virgo as he goes up. And can he get the second row? Yes, he can. And he's only missed out pole position by a 10th. As we can have a look. Chris Wright coming through. He only needs to gain a whole 10th. And just a 10th in order to get himself ahead of Juan Charles. I don't think it's going to happen. It is very, very close between them lot. And that is qualifying over. Very quick qualifying session. Just 10 minutes. Then the race for 20 minutes. And then we're going to have another qualifying and another race. So 40 minutes worth of race today. 20 minutes worth of qualifying. That is all you need. And, well, first qualifying so far. Going to Jakob Scheber. He is going to be starting on pole position in front of Callum Virgo. It's actually, there we go. He's going to be starting ahead of Callum Virgo. Then Juan Charles starting on the second row. Next to him will be Chris Wright. Then Christian Feige and Sam McCarthy. Andre Alex Afonso in 7th place. Next to him will be David Dimitrov. Then Gaz Gasolina and Samuel Brackstad on the 5th row of the grid. Joshua van der Voort in 11th. And Myron Simmons, who is trying to do donuts, I think. Okay, not sure what that is all about. Behind them will be Vincent Pettit and Lewis Borda. Then Zitka Dutro and Byron Thompson with a 36.4. He is the final of the people who have set a time in this qualifying session. Behind them will be Camille Taha and Kyle Heslin on the final row of the grid, the 9th row, to start this race. Let's go, Jakob Scheber, indeed. I keep on trying to call him Jakob. I'm not sure why that is happening, because he's not French. But indeed, Jakob Scheber doing a great job to get himself ahead of the rest. And only a 10th, though, ahead of Callum Virgo. And Callum Virgo was closing on him through that qualifying session. So we've got 2 minutes of wait time. I just needed to check, just in case. And we can enable back the leaderboard. Back. Put the race gaps on. And there we go. No rain, obviously, expected for this race. Otherwise, it would have been very, very difficult to handle. Which it is already difficult to handle. Only a 20-minute race, so approximately, we'd say, I don't know, 20 times. Oh, God, I need to do maths again. That's 1,200 seconds divided by 90 seconds. That's about 13 and a half laps, so we'll call it 14 laps, maybe. Yeah, 14 to 13 laps we'll be able to complete in this race. Game crashed. Oh no, that is somebody whose game crashed. Let me have a look who disconnected, because I've got the stream running in the background as replay. I'm pretty sure I turned on the... I'm not sure who that was. Oh, that was Zitka Dutku, whose game crashed. Hopefully they'll be back in time for the race start. That I'm pretty sure they will be starting from the pits if that does happen. Do you have to remember, these cars do not have tire blankets. As there we go, Zitka Dutku is indeed came back just in the nick of time. These cars do not have tire blankets, so there is no really big point in keeping in the pit menu, as yeah, your tires will most likely get colder actually if you sit in the pit menu. As we get going for the long formation lap, Jakob Schaber leading the way, Callum Virgo and Juan Shawcross, the rest of them. As we just have a look, there you go, a nice little bit of burnout we are seeing. And the cars just sound amazing. I mean, let's oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Let's just go to the straight, and I just want to see how it sounds. If we are one of these standbys, yeah, we're just chilling over here. Actually, we'll be this Marshall. And you can hear... Okay, no, you know what? We'll go a bit further. Yeah, we'll be this Marshall over here, except we'll have the greatest view ever. And we'll just hear the flybys. Hopefully. Yeah, it would be a really hard job to be a TV cameraman. Especially if you have a mouse. Yeah, very good sounds, definitely. Loving it. These cars are an absolute dream to watch, a dream to drive, even though some people would disagree with me. And are just absolutely a piece of art, a piece of work, these cars are. Yes, we're gonna get going in just a little while for the first race of the Porsche Cup sprint race at Zolder. Let's go, Ethan. Wow. 100% there is an Ethan in here. Jakob Schaber now, side by side with Callum Virgo. And they'll be starting in just a little while as they get through the final corner. Anticipation building. As usually, the starts are very, very spontaneous and unpredictable. But Jakob Schaber most likely knowing what it's all about as he comes towards the straight finish line, waiting for the marshal to wave the flag to commence the start of the race. As we are off, and Jakob Schaber quickly covering off Callum Virgo. Callum Virgo actually losing a position to Juan Shawcross. Behind them, Christian Page already making a move on Chris Wright. Chris Wright will have the inside line for the next corner. As he is going to try and reclaim fourth position ahead of Christian Page. The rest of them getting through very, very nicely. As we now head towards the second sector, Callum Virgo getting back ahead of Juan Shawcross. This gives a very good time for Jakob Schaber to try and extend the lead. Andre Afonso, I'm pretty sure he made contact with Sam McCarthy, and in the background he's bouncing all over the place. Camille Taha also with a broken car. There's Andre Alex Afonso. Oh yeah, there's definitely been a big battle. As Vincent Pettit, looks like he went way big off track over there. Camille Taha will try and limp back to the pits. But as for the rest, Marin Simmons trying to get 8th place from Brackstad. He's already made up 3 positions on the start. And he is going to make up another one. As he's ahead of Samuel Brackstad heading into the hairpin. Samuel Brackstad won't like that one bit, as behind them Byron Thompson making contact with Louis Bordas. Samuel Brackstad just a little bit too far away in order to make a move on Marin Simmons. In front, Callum Virgo making big approach to Jakob Schaber, as he's already gapped Juan Shawcross behind a whole 1.2 seconds. And now his next objective will be to claim this race lead, as he's only 4/10 away, as we see Gaz Gasolina, Vincent Pettit, Kamil Taha, and Joshua van der Voort all coming into the pits. And a very unfortunate start to this race for them. And Callum Virgo really hoping to get ahead. As who's that gone off? That's Christian Fage, as he made contact with Sam McCarthy. Sam McCarthy making a lot of advancements as he makes contact with a couple of people. Maren Van Simmons going for a move that I don't think was on. As he tries to come back onto the track, he does. And his tires will definitely be on fire. Yeah, not the best move indeed. As behind him, he's got Zitka Duhu, who came into this race very, very late. He makes a move on Marin Simmons as the camera just fails to catch all of that. Behind them is Kyle Heslin, who tried to make a move on, I'm pretty sure, Andre Alfonso, as he's now stranded. Oh, come on. Show us what's going on. The stupid camera is not doing the best job. Zitka Duhu in the wall. In the wall, and I'm not sure why that is. I'm pretty sure he is now gone from the race. An early retirement for Zitka Duhu, as we've got 16 minutes to go. Callum Virgo not really catching to the back of Jakob Scheber, or at least not as quick as he would hope. Still a relatively big gap to Juan behind. Why do people in these Porsche Cups think they can break 1,000,000 miles late? I'm not sure. I think they think that these cars are slower, and as a result of that, they're like, well, I can probably brake way later as well. Not really taking into account that these brakes are a heck of a lot worse than the GT3 brakes. As Andre Afonso making a big mistake there. He's off the track, and now he's going to be under pressure from Byron Thompson behind. Or at least I think that was Byron Thompson. It was. No, it wasn't. Who is that? Maybe that's one of the lapped cars. Yeah, it was the lapped car of Gaz Gasolina, who had to come into the pits. An early pit for him. No mandatory pit stops this race. So he lost out way too much. As Callum Virgo sets the fastest lap of the race as he chases down Jakob Scheber for the race lead. Will there be a single lap where someone doesn't go off? No. Just never happens. It's the Porsche Cups. I think you forgot how these cars handle. As, oh, not again, Byron Thompson and Louis Bordas making contact and off the track into the first corner. Fortunately for them, they do have a very large gap to Gaz Gasolina behind. As we can come back to the front, Callum Virgo getting way too close to Jakob Scheber's rear end. As he does have very limited amount of time to try and make this overtake stick, but he doesn't want to make an overtake that would cost him the race. They do have enough of a gap to Juan Shawcross in order to fight fairly, fight cleanly. As, Jakob Scheber makes a big mistake, he's off the track. And Callum Virgo will inherit the lead. As Jakob Scheber, that is the one big mistake Callum Virgo was counting on. And Jakob Scheber, unfortunately for him, he's lost out on the lead. And I'm not sure there will be much that he could do, that he can do. As Callum Virgo has shown us that he is a force to be reckoned with. Vincent Pettit off the track yet again at the hairpin. A common spot for troubles. Christian Fage Getting closer to Samuel Brackstad. Yeah, it's up at the front. Sam McCarthy just making a move on David Dimitrov up into 5th place for Sam McCarthy. Good start. Good race for him so far. I was about to cut to the front with Jakob Scheber and Callum Virgo, but looks like Jakob Scheber making another mistake. He's now a whole second behind Callum Virgo. And, well, with just over half the race to go. Ooh, big moment for David Dimitrov in the back over there. Okay, I am just going to have to tell myself not to switch cameras, not to switch people in that hairpin, because that hairpin is awful. Christian Fage flashing Samuel Brackstad, trying to make him move over to the side. It's not happening this time, though. He's going to have to try and get the move in a fair way. Round the outside into turn 1. It's not going to happen this time out. He now searches for a possible opportunity, breaking way later than Samuel Brackstad. That is very much visible. As he tries to not rear-end him either. Which is a very hard thing to do. I'm an expert at rear-ending people, and it's hard. Hard not to. It's Christian Fage still trying his best as he goes to the outside. Samuel Brackstad covering the inside for the chicane. Can he try and come back at him? And I don't think there's enough space. A very tight track. And Christian Fage will just have to wait a little bit longer. Have to count his chances. Is it the 992 Porsche that I'm seeing? It is indeed. It is the Porsche Cup 992. Oh, there goes Christian Fage for a move on Samuel Brackstad. Samuel Brackstad coming right back at him. But Christian Fage having the better traction out of the final corner and ahead of Samuel Brackstad. A good move by him. And Sam McCarthy, a lot of damage on his car. Now David Dimitrov is ahead. And I don't think it's going to be that long before Christian Fage will catch on to the back, because that is a lot of damage on Samuel McCarthy's car. Or Sam McCarthy's. I keep on saying Samuel. Force of habit. Yeah, the old ones were really nice, and these ones are even better. So, if you ever do want to do a race, do sign up. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing these close to weekly, as Christian Fage there. Nearly going airborne in the 992 Porsche Cup. He's now building a little bit of a gap to Samuel Brackstad as he approaches Sam McCarthy. A lot of damage on that Porsche Cup. It's Callum Virgo. Where to find this community? Well, if you do go to our channel, which I highly suggest that you subscribe to, there is going to be a link to the SimGrid and to our Discord, where you can join the Discord to see when we're doing all sorts of events. And on SimGrid, we have all the event signups. And yeah, it is also in the description. As Christian Fage makes a very easy move on Sam McCarthy. Sam McCarthy just not able to do anything there at all, but he does try and come right back at him. But just not enough handling, not enough downforce. Need to host these races during the weekend. I want Cup race. Yeah, man, I'd love to, but it looks like we're just completely filled up in the weekends. Sam McCarthy making a move into the death chicane. Sam McCarthy coming right back at him. and actually retaken that position from Samuel Bragstad. Oh, that's why I'm confusing them. Samuel Bragstad and Sam McCarthy. Hey, I'd love to do these races. So Samuel Bragstad yet again looking on the inside. Nothing coming out of it as he literally just went for the inside, tucked right back in as he realized that he was just a tad bit too far back in order to make the move. But yeah, you know what? When there is a opportunity to have these races on the weekend, I'm pretty sure we are going to have them then. But I think it's more regular that we're going to see these on Friday. Unfortunately for some Americans, and for some people who work until midnight or have midnight shifts. Lou Borda off the track, so is Vincent Pettit. No contact between these two. Completely isolated incidents. Still both coming off the track. We'll try when I have time. Not much racing this summer. Have to get back on speed. Yeah, these cars are absolutely amazing if you want to get back into racing. As Sam McCarthy making a big mistake there. Samuel Bragstad trying to capitalize on it, but nothing coming out on there. I'd probably win anyway. Of course you would. Can't wait for a three-way battle in the AMS2 Championship. Talking about that, if you do want to join the Formula Ultimate AMS2 Championship, then link in the description to our simgrid. It is in the Formula cars, in the Formula 1 cars, the 2022 spec, I'm pretty sure. So if you do want to do that, then I highly suggest you sign up soon. Switch to VR in spring, and that is amazing. Jealous. I'd love to have a PC that could handle VR, because these races would be so much more fun as Samuel Bragstad goes on the inside of Sam McCarthy the whole way around. They're going to be going side by side as they head into the third corner. And oh, Sam McCarthy off the track. And that is his fate sealed as he moves down into 8th place. Jakob Schaeber. I said that he didn't have much in him in order to come back and win this race. Well, there he is. He set the fastest lap of this race, and he is consistently faster than Callum Virgo. Last lap alone, 4/10 gain on Callum Virgo as he now goes round the outside, which will be the inside into the next corner as he tries to force Callum Virgo into a mistake. Jakob Schaeber goes on the inside. They did make a little bit of contact as Sam McCarthy. Is he coming into the pits? No, that's Vincent Pettit coming into the pits. They're squeezing each other. And Callum Virgo. Whoa, what a save by Callum Virgo. Absolutely drifting through the first corner. A lot of contact between the two leaders as they fight for the top spot. What an absolute save. You know, he should deserve the win for that save alone. Wow, absolutely spectacular. And they're still going at it. As Jakob Schaeber makes a big mistake there, Callum Virgo is going to be all over it. And Juan Shallcross will be looking on with delight as he sees his two competitors up in the front, fighting to the death, quite literally. And Callum Virgo just catching a little bit of grass there. Jakob Schaeber will be happy about that. Yeah, that's definitely going on the YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or whatever. Both. And Callum Virgo now slowing way behind Jakob Schaeber. You're doing the wave right now. The Mexican wave. Whatever it's called. I'll join in. It's Callum Virgo continuing on. Hoping for a possibility that Jakob Schäber makes another mistake, but Callum Virgo himself making those mistakes, dipping his wheels into the gravel. Very much compromising his exit out of that corner. Just hoping that Jakob Schäber makes some sort of horrible mistake through the chicane. But nothing of that sort coming out of Jakob Schäber as Callum Virgo very much cutting that chicane. And if that's not a drive-through, then I'm not sure what will be. As they will have 2 more laps to go off this race. One singular retirement, as I say that. Callum Virgo trying to prove me wrong and make it 2. But all the people that had a terrible race this time out can have a comeback story the next time out. It's Camille Taha being one of them. Gas Gasolina also. And Sam McCarthy. Big damage on his car. Now in the pits. Vincent Pettit as well. And Joshua Vandervoort actually disconnecting from the server. We'll have another opportunity to come back at it. As David Dimitrov, yellow flag. What's happened to him? He's off the track. And Christian Feige. And Samuel Bragstad overtaking him. Where's Eric? Oh, well, you know how Eric is. Signs up to one thing, doesn't do it the next, doesn't do it. Jakob Schäber is off the track. Callum Virgo inherits the lead yet again. And this is exactly what Callum Virgo needed in this race. Jakob Schäber all over the place. He's a special breed. That's rude. Say it again. Oh, Jakob Schäber. Horrible, horrible end to his race. As if he's got one more lap. Or a possibility that Callum Virgo makes the same mistake that he did. But 1.6 seconds. Callum Virgo has already extended. He's French. And obnoxiously loud. That makes it hard to enjoy the content. Yeah, Jakob Schäber though. We'll have a look in the replay to see what happened. But that was very much not great. As our race leader, who's led for most of this race, giving up that title to Callum Virgo, who yet again Jakob Schäber off the track. This is the second time he's done it. And in the same spot, and now Juan Shallcross might try and contend for second place as Jakob Schäber's tires and confidence kind of falling off a cliff. As Juan Shallcross, well, another sideways moment for him. Be hoping that Jakob Schäber makes a huge mistake into the final corner. There's only 8/10 away, a very close battle in the top 3. But the man who will finish in first is going to be Callum Virgo. And very, very much deserved. As he, whoa! Would have had the quickest lap time off this race. Jakob Schäber did take that point away from him. And Juan Shallcross finishes only 8/10 away from Jakob Schäber for third place. Chris Wright in fourth. Christian Feige in fifth. Samuel Backstad in sixth. Marin Simmons in seventh. Andrea Ponzo in eighth. And David Dimitrov, yellow flags. And he's dropped down to ninth place. which will definitely not be great for him. Gasolina finishes in 12th, an unfortunate race end to hit for him, as David Dimitrov will come across the line to finish in 9th. Behind is going to be Kyle Heslin in 10th, and Byron Thompson in 11th, Louis Bordas in 13th, Camille Taha in 14th, and the rest have finished in the pits. And that is the end for race number 1. And we are going to come right back for race 2 as well, for qualifying 2. There we go. Zitko Duthu unfortunately retiring from the race. And now we just wait for the next session to commence, as we can just look through who finished where. Callum Virgo finishes. Oh, let's get rid of the leaderboard. Finishes in 1st place for the first race of the weekend. Jakob Scheber in 2nd after his poor performance and making that crucial mistake. Started in 1st. Unfortunately for him, he's going to finish in the runners-up spot. Juan Shawcross only 8/10 away from Jakob Scheber. That was a very close battle to the end. He finishes on the last podium position. Chris Wright in 4th, and then Christian Page in 5th. Samuel Backstad in 6th. Marion Simmons in 7th. He made up 5 positions on the start and in this race. Andre Alex Afonso in 8th. He sadly lost 1 position. David Dimitrov in 9th. Looks like he's left the race. Kyle Heslin in 10th, and Byron Thompson in 11th. Gaz Gasolina in 12th. He's also lost 3 positions. Louis Bourdais in 13th. Camille Taha in 14th. Sam McCarthy in 15th. Vincent Petit in 16th. And Joshua Vandervoort in 17th place, as he barely even got to drive in this race at all. But maybe in the qualifying he will have some more time. As we're back to qualifying. This time with 16 people. We've lost 2 since the last race. Oh no, we're back to practice. Sorry. Oh, that will go really quickly, as we can maybe even talk about the last race. Well, what we have learned. People can't keep it on the track, can they? Very much can't keep it on the track. Also, very close fighting, very clean fighting as well, between the racers. Most people will most likely keep it in the pits, I'm pretty sure, unless you do need that extra practice, which some of these drivers are doing. Some of these drivers do need that extra practice indeed. Some maybe just trying to figure out these final places, final breaking points. As the practice will go by very, very quickly. can see what sort of things people have said. How much fuel do we need for this race? 1 liter of fuel. Jakob Scheber trying to sabotage his competitors. Vincent also trying to sabotage 100 liters. And most people are just apologizing for their possible collisions that they had with other drivers. So we're going to get just about 2 laps of practice. We can even maybe put it on autopilot just so it picks the best angles for us. I'm hoping no one murders me this second race. I want to have some fun. Indeed, Gas Gasolina. Be hoping for that too, as we do want some much closer battles this time out. Yeah, it's Louis Bordas. So that's the fastest lap of the practice session so far, 133.0. About 2 seconds. 2.5 seconds off Jakob Scheber's pole time. Byron Thompson 131.7 as Marin Simmons letting one of the drivers through, thinking that he may impede them. Christian Feige, oh yeah, he would have impeded them, yeah. Christian Feige 131.6, though these times really do not matter at all. It is just there in order to 100% have all of the results and everything from the races. So yeah, definitely not needed to go back out there. But again, as I said, if you do need to have some extra practice, then this is the time to do it. And some people are figuring this track out way more. Louis Bordas going to be going a whole 6/10 quicker, I'm pretty sure. As he's going to cross the line. Is he going to have another lap to go? Yes, he will. 32.5 for him. Good lap indeed. And he is slowing down, and that is the end for him. Christian Feige not going to be improving on this lap, but there is nothing I can say. Byron Thompson off the track. Christian Feige a 10th down on his time, 2 tenths down on his time. Won't be an improvement, but really didn't need to be an improvement either. Joshua van der Voort. Wait, Christian Feige actually crossed the line in time to start another lap. Nope, he's back in the pits. Oh, we're back for qualifying. Wakey wakey, Jakob Scheber. The rest have already come out. Is Jakob Scheber possibly going to try and do last to first? Now that would be something very enjoyable to watch. Maybe the rest as well, and maybe they are scheming in the chats, in the voice chat, what they will do. I don't see Jakob Scheber onto the track. I also don't see Callum out onto the track. Vincent is coming out. Kyle Hesling is out. Byron Thompson is out. Callum is not coming. Samuel is not. And Andrew Alex Afonso is. So a couple of people not wanting to do qualifying. Callum Virigo is going to be coming out of the pits. Jakob Scheber. I wonder what is going on, what is going through your head. And will we see a last first? Samuel Braxtad, another person refusing to come out. Oh, there he is. Right, Sam McCarthy. First person to be setting a valid lap. And this is the out lap for the Brit. Unfortunate race for him last time out. A lot of damage. Sent him way down the order. And with no real defense. Last to first in 20 minutes is not going to happen. Depends. Really does depend. I mean, 16 cars. If Jakob Scheber starts last, and as we saw last time, there was a couple of people who went off, a couple of people who crashed. Maybe he's going for a smoke. You know what? I think he would have enough time in order to set a nearly pole position lap in order to, yeah. So you might as well be out there, like, cooking a meal or, yeah, smoking or something. Would not be surprised. Yeah, Sam McCarthy, invalid lap for him. Behind him, Chris Wright. And he's the right man to be spectating right now, as he's going to set the first valid lap off this qualifying session. Comes across the line, 1:32.2. And so far, he's on pole position. No, he's not. Gaz Gasolina is. He's in first. Double sprint races have the same effect on me. Oh, yeah. Double sprint races are absolute hell. In terms of, like, trying to stay focused and everything. It's horrible. As Kyle Hessling will come across the line now to set his first lap. A 1:32.6. Chris Wright so far on the front row alongside Gaz Gasolina. I said that too quickly. Alex Afonso on the front row now. Callum Virgo, a 1:30.7. Juan Shawcross up into third place. Byron Thompson, invalid lap for him. As Vincent Pettit now coming across the line in just a little while. And he sets a 1:33.0 up into 8th place. Sam McCarthy, after not able to set a flying lap, he's going to be coming across the line to set his first valid lap, a 1:32.0 ahead of Chris Wright. As Chris Wright comes across the line and does not improve ahead of Sam McCarthy. Gaz Gasolina also does not improve his position. Louis Bordas, 8/10 up on his time. This will be a huge improvement for him as he comes across the line up into 7th place. 6:92, not improving. We've got Camille Tarn, also invalid lap. So is Marin Simmons. It's Kyle Heslin, 5/10 up on his time. And he's up into 7th place. Number 75 off Samuel Braxton as he finally comes out of the pits. It's a outlap for him. Callum Virgo, another 10th up for him, a 6:50. That is nearly the quickest lap time of the race. Juan Shawcross across the line at 31.425. Brian Thompson up into 5th place at 32.0. Vincent Pettit nearly a second up on his time. And this will put him up at least into 9th place as he does go ahead of Chris Wright. And Sam McCarthy will be next to improve on his time. He's a whole 8/10 up, a second up on his time as he tries to go for the front row. Sam McCarthy coming across the line, and it's only good enough for second. as he's only 1/100th of a second away. Chris Wright up into 6th place. Gaz Gasolina down on his time, unfortunately for him. Joshua van der Voort 6/10ths up, as he does improve ahead of Louis Bordas. And Christian Feige 6/10ths up, a 131.5 to happen. It's a 131.4 ahead of Chris Wright for 6th place. Camille Taha, a valid lap for him. 35.3 is the best that he can do. Kyle Hesling, a 10th up, and he's ahead of Byron Thompson. Samuel Bragstad up into 8th place ahead of Kyle Heslin. And the 999 of Andrea Afonso, not able to improve. Juan Charles up and into the first row. Callum Virgo, invalid lap for him. Byron Thompson down on his time. So is Vincent Pettit. Shaber's saving fuel at these fuel prices. Yeah. That can explain it. That would explain it. It's next to cross the line, Sam McCarthy trying to reclaim his front row. It's not going to happen this time out. Chris Wright, a 10th up on his time. Not enough to improve. Also, Gaz Gasolina, invalid lap for him. Joshua van der Voort, a 10th up. 3/10ths up through the final corner. And he's up into 8th place. Christian Feige just making a big mistake there through the final corner. It's not going to be an improvement. Number 13 behind. Warming up their tires. Andre Alex Afonso. Not liking that he's not on the front row, is he? Because Juan Charles is on the front row. Not improving on his time. But he only does need about a 10th. 2/10ths in order to get up there. Callum Virgo. Is it going to be an improvement for the man? No, it's not. Byron Thompson, 4/10ths up into 8th place. Vincent Pettit. I doubt there's going to be much of an improvement here, if any. As he comes across the line, it's not an improvement, unfortunately for him. Sam McCarthy, again, invalid, as he's going to have one more lap to go. Chris Wright, 4/10ths up, as he's going to try and go for the front row, at least for the second row, as he's got Andre Alex Afonso and Sam McCarthy to fight with there. From 7th, he will go up into 3rd place ahead of Andre Alex Afonso. Gaz Gasolina not improving on their time. Joshua van der Voort also making a mistake somewhere there through the final sector. It's not going to be an improvement. Samuel Backstad, outlap for him. He will have one more lap to go. Christian Feige, also one more lap. As Andre Alex Afonso, 2/10ths up, heading through the hairpin. And this might be enough for a front row. And if he has enough time in the final corner, then this might be a pole position time. He switched to purple. As he flickers from purple to green, he comes across the line. And oh my god, that is way too close. As Juan Charles not up on his time, that is going to be the end of his qualifying session. So it is for Callum Virgo. Sam McCarthy straight into the wall for him. He's going to have to come back into the pits quick. It looks like they're all just sliding off the track. Samuel Bragstad will be one of the final people to cross the line to set a valid lap time. And is he 4/10ths up as well? Which might edge Byron Thompson and Joshua van der Voort down a couple of positions. As Samuel Bragstad is coming through. He might even contend Christian Feige for 7th place. And you know, the less you are in the midfield, the less sort of crap happens around you as he comes through the final corners now. The orange Porsche Cup car. And I don't think he's going to be ahead of Christian Feige. But it is enough for 8th place. And behind them, Christian Fage as well, not improving, but very much close. And that is the end of that qualifying session, the second qualifying session in this race weekend. So let us go through the field. We've got Callum Virgo yet again starting on, well, not yet again, he's starting on pole position. Jakob Shaver. Oh, yeah, Jakob Shaver's okay. We'll get to Jakob Shaver. Andrew Alex Afonso on the front row alongside Callum Virgo. Juan Shallcross and Chris Wright will be starting on the second row. Sam McCarthy and Gaz Gasolina on the third row of the grid. Christian Fage and Samuel Braxted on the fourth one. Byron Thompson and Joshua Vandervoort on the fifth row of this grid. Kyle Heslin and Vincent Pettit on the 12th. Louis Bordas and Camille Taha will be starting on the 7th row of this grid. And the final, but not least, row of this grid will be Jakob Shaver and Maren Simmons. Jakob Shaver and Maren Simmons not set in a lap. And as somebody said, Jakob might just be saving fuel due to the fuel pricing crisis. But to be fair, don't really know why he has decided to not qualify, but it might be to try and go from last to first. So maybe he even forgot that there is another race. If he did, that'll be hilarious. That will be very much hilarious, because that will give Callum Virgo, well, it'll give him the win anyway, because he has won the first one, and so far looking very nicely to finish in first again, as we now just wait until they set off on their formation lap. And this time, can we keep it on the track is the big question, the big question for all the drivers. Can they keep it on the track? My prediction to that is no. No, they cannot keep it on the track. But you know what? They might surprise me. They might very much surprise me. And actually be able to not go off. But my prediction in this 20-minute race, there will be, I think there will be at least 10 times somebody goes off track. If that, it counts if it's somebody pushing somebody off track, if it's a mistake or a crash. I think at least 10 times, at least, very least, that's minimum. There will be 10 people off, or 10 different instances when there are people off the track. As we've got 30 seconds to go. And second time in this evening, they will be doing a Porsche Cup race, a Porsche Cup start. I'd love to do this on iRacing, to be fair. iRacing Porsche Cups on, not really sure what track. On the Nordschleife, just straight up a whole, like, 20 laps off the Nordschleife in the Porsche Cups. Come on, Heslin, my man. Big Heslin fan in the chat. As Kyle Heslin will be fighting from 11th place to try and recover whatever happened last race. Jakob Shaver did not forget that we have another race. He is just going to be doing a last row to first row challenge, if that even exists. Last row to first row challenge. And if you are enjoying this race so far, or these races and this stream, I do highly recommend you subscribe to the channel and give it a like as well, as it's a free way to support us and it means a lot. Also, do check out the sponsors in the description, as they help us out quite a bit. But enough talking about that. We've got Callum Virgo starting the racing first, and Andre Alex Afonso in second will be starting alongside him. Though very much on the outside, and he'll be under pressure yet again from Juan Shallcross. As we saw last time, Juan Shallcross made a very early move on Callum Virgo last race into second place. Callum Virgo, though, just able to outpace Juan Shallcross, as Chris Wright decides to phase through all the other cars and just playing a little bit of a mental game as he speeds up and brakes very hard right in front of Juan Shallcross, maybe trying to intimidate him in some sort of way, as they now line up side by side for the second and last race of the Porsche Cups at Zolder. And Andre Alex Afonso will be hoping for a better start compared to Callum Virgo. As Andre Alex Afonso is a little bit more in front compared to Callum Virgo, as we can go on the grid, and the marshal yet again waving the green flag and the race to start as they get away quite nicely. Callum Virgo is still ahead, and Juan Shallcross, is he going to make the classic move? No, he isn't. Chris Wright is, though. He's on his inside to the next corner, and he's going to be trying to move up into third place. As in the background, I think that's Louis Bordas off the track, and that is at least one off track that I have seen. Chris Wright still going side by side with Juan Shallcross in the background. Also Christian Fage and Sam McCarthy, as Christian Fage makes an early move up into 6th place. Kyle Heslin, he's in the background over there. He has lost a lot of positions. He's down into 16th place. We've got Chris Wright still continuing the battle with Juan Shallcross and Gaz Gasolina behind, as they head towards the chicane, and Gaz Gasolina under pressure from Christian Fage. Christian Fage not going to be making a move that time out. Samuel Brackstad under pressure from Jakob Scheber, who has already made a lot of moves on the start. He's up into 8th place. So, whoever said that last to first is not going to work in a 20-minute race, well, Jakob Scheber. Oh, who's that off the track? That's Gaz Gasolina off the track yet again. That's a very unfortunate start for him twice in a row, as he gets back going, and he will have to do a recovery race, as Callum Virgo still leading this race. Sam McCarthy now still behind Christian Fage as they head into the first corner. Super tightly, super closely, as Sam McCarthy not enjoying the fact that he's lost that one position. Christian Fage, though, in the top 5, and Chris Wright just falling a little bit behind Juan Shallcross, and now under pressure from Christian Fage behind. He's in the background. Kyle Heslin and Gaz Gasolina will be fighting for 14th place, but so far we've got this battle. Sam McCarthy rear-ending Christian Fage, and as a result of that, Christian Fage going right off the track, as Sam McCarthy will have some damage on his car. So will Mr. Christian Fage, as now they've got Jakob Scheber right behind. Samuel Brackstad going on the inside of Joshua Vandervoort. Nothing coming out of that. The only thing that has come out of that is Byron Thompson getting way closer, and he's going to be making a move. No, Camille Taha is going to be making a move on the inside. Oh, completely messed up that. Oh, Byron Thompson forcing Camille Taha off the track. as Gas Gasolina, Myron Simmons trading positions. Callum Virgo sets in the fastest lap of the race of 30.8, and that is amazing pace so far. Nobody really getting close to that except for Juan Shawcross, who set another, also a 30.8, which is 3/10 quicker than Andre Alfonso's last lap. And Andre Alfonso might be under pressure here. Samuel Bragstad on the inside of Joshua Van der Voort. Joshua Van der Voort just kind of phasing away, losing a bit of focus at the start, and he's down into 9th place. As Juan Shawcross has caught up to the back of Andre Alex Alfonso, and the fight now commences. As here they are, a three-way battle for 5th place. Christian Fage now behind Samuel McCarthy. As, Jakob Shaver very much putting his car into the side of Christian Fage, as he now makes another move on Sam McCarthy. Will there be contact? No, there won't be. Sam McCarthy, nearly sliding off the track in the background. Samuel Bragstad, a big under pressure from Joshua Van der Voort behind. And Byron Thompson and Camille Taha also fighting for position. As things are heating up everywhere, Christian Fage is still not liking that move from Jakob Shaber. So he's going to try and get past Sam McCarthy as quick as possible. But Jakob Shaber just absolutely speeding away. And it has to be said, as Joshua Van der Voort makes a big mistake there. A huge slide in the Porsche Cup. As I was about to say, has to be said, this is a very tight track to try and make a move, and when you do make a move, it needs to be very much calculated. Otherwise, you do run the risk of not just destroying the other person's race, but also your one, as these cars do not like it when they collide, as any other cars as well. Well, except if you're driving a BMW M4, that thing is indestructible. You get hit up in the uphill section of Mount Panorama and you feel nothing, which is just amazing. Alright, Sam McCarthy not actually falling behind Jakob Shaber too much, still within 6/10, as Luis Bordas, another off track for him, and is he going to get back going? I don't think he will. Back into the pits, I'm pretty sure that will be a retirement. Juan Shawcross. He has gotten very close to the back of Andre Alex Alfonso. I wonder if Andre has had a big mistake coming onto this straight, because he's lost so much momentum. And now Juan Shawcross ahead and up into 2nd place, which is a big improvement since last race, where he finished in 3rd. Callum Virgo, though, flying along. 30.3 fastest lap. Absolutely destroying the competition. And I do think we just saw somebody leave, and that was most likely, I have no clue. It was Luis Bordas. Louis Bordas. Unfortunate race end for him, as he's now out of the race. Try to catch that, Shaber. 130.3 indeed. Jakob Shaber not quite on pace with Callum Virgo. 1:30.7 last lap for Jakob Scheber, and he's got just over half this race to go in order to make up what is 4 more positions. Yeah, it's still not bad, absolutely. As Christian Fage was getting closer to the back of Sam McCarthy, but now Gaz Gasolina going side by side with Vincent Petit, and wow, Gaz Gasolina absolutely sending it on Vincent and up into 12th place. Byron Thompson in a battle with him, battle of his own with Joshua van der Woert. As Jakob Scheber now has caught up to the back of Chris Wright at 1:31.0. That is half a second slower than Callum Virgo. And I don't even think that... Ooh, okay, I think Jakob Scheber definitely has a chance to finish on the podium. Maybe even in 2nd place, as he is going to make the move. No, he's not. He's not going to make the move on Chris Wright just yet. And he's just too far back, and Myron Simmons also retiring from this race. Unfortunate end to that. As Jakob Scheber will be on the inside. Is he going to make the move? Yes, he is. Chris Wright, pretty sure he let him go, knowing that Jakob Scheber is just of a different caliber. But if Jakob Scheber is of a different caliber, I wonder what caliber Callum Virgo is part of, because he has just been flying. Absolutely flying this race so far is Callum Virgo. A whole 5 seconds ahead of Juan Shawcross just 10 minutes into this race. Vincent making a big mistake there. He's lost the position to Kyle Heslin, as we just caught a glimpse of Kyle's damage as well. Byron Thompson. Very close pace between him and Joshua van der Voort. But it is going to be a case of who is going to break under pressure first. As it looks like Joshua van der Voort is going to break under pressure first, as he's gone way off the track. And Byron Thompson very much is grateful, I hope, for that position. As Joshua van der Voort also makes another mistake, and he's let the position to Camille Taha. As Camille Taha bounces through the chicane. And, well, so far, it is just going to be a race of watching if Jakob Scheber is equaling or being better than Andre Alex Afonso, which last lap, 30.9. Whole 6/10 quicker compared to Andre Alex Afonso. Andre Alex Afonso now caught to the back of Juan Charles. I can only imagine that Juan made a big mistake like Alex did, and into the first chicane. But unfortunately for Andre, that opportunity did not last for long, as he is yet again just gonna have to wait until Jakob Scheber rolls to the back of him. It's Gasolina now. Well, he was hoping for a better race this time out. He's lost 6 positions after a mistake after the hairpin. And he's catching to the back of Joshua Vandervoort for 11th place. Same as Jakob Scheber is catching to the back of Andre Alex Afonso. Now last time a whole second he caught as Gasolina makes the move on Joshua Vandervoort up into 11th place. How close is Jakob Scheber? Well, let's go on board. Wait, which one is the cool one? I know that there's like a special one. Okay, well this one is the special one again. You can see Andre Alex Afonso right up there. Oh, Sam McCarthy, yellow flags. Got Samuel Brackstad right behind. It's the Battle of Sams for 7th place. At least it will be, if everything goes right. Back to Jakob Scheber. Last lap. 7/10 quicker compared to Andre. There's Juan Charles as well. 4 minutes to go. 4.5 minutes to go of this race. He's got about 4 laps, I'd say. Maybe 3. To try and catch not only Andre, but also Juan. As I think to try and catch Callum would be a very big if. As bouncing, jumping over that chicane. There's another one. Getting a little bit too desperate to try and go for that position off the track. As soon as he started to see Andre Alex Afonso right in his eyes, he has made quite a bunch of mistakes. Jakob Scheber. But I don't think it will stop him from getting up into 3rd place, as Camille Taha and Gasolina are fighting side by side, but cameraman does not want to show us that. There they are, Gasolina on the outside, Camille Taha on the inside. Gasolina not going to be able to get up into 10th place yet, as he's going to try and go for the old switcheroo. And I'm pretty sure we saw Vincent Pettit also retire from this race. Joshua Vandervoort coming into the pits. Andre Alex Afonso catching to the back of Juan Charles once again. And this is good news for Jakob Scheber, as when they fight, they will lose more positions and more time, as Camille Taha, just barely able to keep that position as he keeps on making those mistakes and off the track. This Gasolina not going to be able to make the move. Not yet. And Camille Taha again Going off the track, and Gasolina going to be on the inside into this next corner. And is he going to finally go for the overtake? Yes, he will. And a very, very stylish one indeed, as Gasolina moves up into 10th place of this race. And Jakob Schäber now full on caught to the back of Andre Alex Afonso and Juan Charles. As 2 more laps to go. This one and the final one. As they fight it out for 3rd and 2nd. And I'll be very much impressed with Jakob if he's able to pull this one off. As we all know, Jakob is a very quick driver in the GT3s. Now also know that he's a very quick driver in the Porsche Cups. Driver for Mission Spinau Racing. There's, ooh, Juan Charles, big mistake. Big mistake. Camille Taha, also yellow flag, mistake for him. Coming through the first corner, and he's out of this race. Andre Alex Afonso off the track. As this is a intense battle for 2nd place, and Callum Virgo very much chilling in 1st, as Jakob Schäber does look for the inside. Not gonna happen this time out, as they continue to battle on. And the final lap now. The white flag shown. And Jakob Schäber will start to think about where he wants to throw these overtakes on Andre Alex, while also trying not to waste too much time, as he wants to overtake Juan Charles this lap as well. The man who started in last, in 16th place, 4 cars lost this race. And Jakob Schäber, slipstream down the straight, to the inside he goes. Might this be an overtake opportunity? Whoa, he completely pits Andre Alex Afonso. And I wonder if he made him have contact with Juan Charles. And now Andre Alex Afonso falls down the grid order after Jakob Schäber just gets a bit too desperate. And down into 7th place, and he's going to make another mistake as a result of his tires. Oh, poor end. An unfortunate end for Andre Alex Afonso, as he's now down into 10th place after being in 3rd for so long. Running in the podium positions as Callum Virgo finishes this race in 1st. Jakob Schäber, however dirty it was, does finish in 2nd in reverse. Juan Charles will be finishing in 3rd, and Chris Wright in 4th. Christian Fage in 5th. Samuel Brackstad in 6th, just nearly avoiding Jakob Schäber. Sam McCarthy in 7th place. Byron Thompson will be finishing in 8th, and Gaz Gasolina 9th. Andre Alex Afonso, unfortunately for him, in 10th. Kyle Hesling will be finishing in 11th place. Can we have a close look at the replay of that? Yeah, of course we can. As most of the people have already finished their race. And Jakob Schäber, we can go and have a look. As I am very much interested in what happened here as well. So here's Jakob Schäber looking to go for an overtake on Andre Alex Afonso. The tiniest of touches. And the touch as well. As he slides off, he touches Juan Charles. And that gives the position to Jakob Schäber. But it doesn't actually look like Jakob Schäber did much there. And unfortunately, that is how the race unfolded. Yeah. Very, very unfortunate stuff. As well, that is it for the race. Yeah, win at all costs. Well, this time it's in second place. But thank you all for watching this race. If you did enjoy it, do press the like and subscribe. And we will see you all tomorrow for the 5th race of the sprint season at Zandvoort. Is it the 5th? Yeah, it is the 5th race. Time flies by.